Welcome back to BNC Live. Now, after being denied tenure for 15 years, Dr. Cornel West, one of the most prominent black scholars in the nation, probably in the world, revealed in an exclusive with BNC host Charles Blow that he has officially resigned from Harvard University's Divinity School. Now, Dr. West, he is accusing Harvard of being in a state of decline and decay and spiritual rot. The battle over tenure echoes the recent fight involving another high-profile scholar, Nicole Hannah-Jones, who was originally denied tenure at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Let's listen to part of that conversation.
They had asked that I write a letter of resignation, and I waited till the last day, and I just wanted to, I refused to go silently into the night, though, brother, because in the end, this is not about me. And same is true with our dear sister Nicole Hannah-Jones and the others, that it's really about everyday people, black people, who have to put up with disrespect, being dismissed, being devalued across the board. Not just in the high schools, colleges, universities, but in the workplace across the board.
And once COVID-19 cases started popping up on college campuses, higher education institutions, they scrambled to readjust their academic plans. Now, for HBCUs, the decision to go virtual was costly. Now, HBCUs across the country, they struggled with the dive in enrollment, with schools seeing a 5-point decrease in enrollment, nearly 6 points. Even more startling, male enrollment is down 10%. Additionally, 75% of HBCU students are eligible for Pell Grants, which caused educators to worry about students not having access to Wi-Fi at home or a laptop during the height of virtual learning. And it seems the cost is one of the biggest factors that college students, when deciding what school to attend. Of course, it's so important. Here's a look at the most affordable public HBCUs in the country. According to Student Loan Hero, Elizabeth City State University in North Carolina ranks as the most affordable with $3,200 for in-state tuition. Next is Harris-Stowe University, which is located in St. Louis, Missouri. That rounds out our list at a little under $5,500 in tuition costs. And despite being a cornerstone in the black community, this nation's historically black colleges and universities have struggled between surviving and thriving with rising college costs, federal budget cuts, and the student loan crisis. So we continue that conversation to figure out how we can see an increased enrollment and record donations. Let's bring in our guest, Dr. Rafi Perry. He is a professor at Harvard University, is also the chair for the university's political science department. Howard, I believe I said that right? Yeah.
Yes,
that was the producer
Howard.
in my ear. Throwing me off. Let's talk about this. All right, 1/3 of HBCUs have seen a surge in enrollment and application. Do you think many more are making that choice as well and following in that direction?
Oh, it's clear. I mean, we've seen this certainly here at Howard University, where our enrollment has increased. And here in political science, we're the second largest major, have been off and on for the past 20 years. And even our enrollment has increased. We are on the precipice of having the largest enrollment ever. And so we have being introduced to our most selective class, and they are coming with higher GPAs and higher test scores. And so we're excited for that enrollment, but that enrollment comes with challenges, right? And that we need to be able to meet all the needs of the diversity of students that are coming. And there is still the challenge of COVID, on which some students are wrestling with whether to take classes on campus or not. And like we're doing here at Howard and other universities and HBCU consortium around the country, we are offering opportunities for in-class learning, for what we call high flex and hybrid learning, and of course online learning. And so we're trying to provide students with as much opportunity as they can to continue their education.
All right, Dr. Perry, so do you see high-profile appointments like Hannah Nicole Jones helping with enrollment?
Certainly, and obviously, you know, we would argue here at Howard that kind of increase began with our graduate from political science and economics and Vice President Kamala Harris, and that news and that excitement certainly generated more attention, I think, on HBCUs in general, where for the first time in this country, we've got not only a vice president who graduated from HBCU, but we have a president who graduated from a state school. And most Americans, and most poor Americans, most students that are on Pell Grants tend to go to HBCUs and state universities. And so we finally have some representation at the highest level of federal government that says that, yes, these are schools where you can go and get the best education in the world and go on and change the world.
Now, okay, so I want to ask you this question because in Biden's infrastructure plan, there was money that was supposed to go to HBCUs, but if I'm not mistaken, they had to gut that portion out in order to get that bipartisan deal. Can you just talk about the importance of federal money pouring into all HBCUs?
So this is really critical. I mean, we cannot require students and certainly expect them to go on to college education, and we aren't going to create the best conditions for them. We in HBCUs do the best we can with a lot of our pride and elbow grease and our reflection of our past, where we believe that this is the place for us to be, to ensure that the next generation of students of African descent, but students of all backgrounds, are able to come here to historically black colleges and universities and learn the challenges to take on the global problems of tomorrow. And so we are excited about the ability to do so, but we certainly are circumscribed by a limited endowment and, to be clear, by less donations from alums than vis-a-vis many PWIs and some of our peer institutions that are not historically black. And so we do need to increase our alumni giving, and we do, of course, want to continue to welcome external grants and opportunities to support us in the meantime, because HBCUs do historically have lower endowments, which allow them to provide the great education as we do, but to do so perhaps in other institutions. And so if we are to remain competitive, and then we are going to need continual investment from the federal government, but also from private donations, and yes, from our own alums.
Okay, so my producer just mentioned an endowment to make education free for all students. Can you tell me more about that?
So, we certainly are making an effort to acknowledge the fact that, particularly those students who are interested in private HBCU education, like here at Howard, that we understand that, we have a commitment to educating students of all economic backgrounds. That is central, it's core to our mission, and that's something that we're not going to run away from. In fact, we're proud of it. But it requires us to try to ensure that we can get those best and brightest students, regardless of their economic background, and then see to it that they are able to matriculate here successfully and get their degree within the traditional 4-year time frame, and do so without leaving with hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. And so, yes, we are on the precipice of creating opportunities for students who perhaps have left Howard and can come back and can restart their education with minimal impediments, and that, yes, that we are seeking external dollars to ensure that we can help subsidize the education of some of our students that need a little bit more economic support, to ensure that we're not just educating the best and the brightest, but that we also are sending them out into the world without a whole saddle of debt. And that's something that we're very much committed to here at Howard. And I know a lot of other HBCUs are doing the same thing, because it's not enough to just educate if we're also going to leave students with hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt that they're going to have to pay back over the course of their entire lifetime. And so it's a challenge, but it's a challenge that we're in the front lines of, and we're working on trying to fight it every day to eliminate that gap.
All right, Dr. Perry, this conversation is too good to call it quits. So we're going to keep you, and we're going to continue it right after this break. You're watching BNC Live. Welcome back to BNC Live. I'm Tashanea Whitlow. So if you're just joining us, we are continuing our conversation with Dr. Rafi Perry. He is a professor at Howard University. He's also the chair of the political science department. All right. Thank you for staying with us, first off. Okay. Secondly, now, Dr. Cornel West, he was on our Prime show last night with Charles Blow. He basically informed our audience that he is leaving Harvard. Do you think, and you can spill the tea with me now on BNC, that Howard would court him because he's a free agent?
Well, I would say this, that we certainly want the best and brightest at Howard University, and we welcome them to come here. It's important that, those of us who are experts and scholars of African descent, that we come home to our institutions. I myself did not graduate from Howard, did not graduate from HBCU. I am in Howard Divinity School now, but I have not received yet an HBCU degree, and yet I was also, called home to this institution where my aunt and uncle went in the 60s, and many of my family members graduated from other HBCUs. And what we saw with Ta-Nehisi Coates, of course, and with Nicole Hannah-Jones is that, there is a calling to return to HBCUs, even if, like in the case of Hannah-Jones, right, who never even attended an HBCU or graduated, like myself, where we too are attracted to these institutions that have always said that it is appropriate and it is right that we ensure that we educate people of African descent, and that we ensure that they are able to compete with the best and the brightest around the world. And so the best and the brightest educators of all backgrounds, but I would say particularly of African American, of African descent, of Black descent, we want to encourage those folks to come here. There are people who have built careers in predominantly white institutions. Cornel West is one of them. Who has never worked at a HBCU in any full-time capacity, and certainly, to bring his brilliance, which is, of course, is unmatched, and everyone knows that, to an HBCU, but particularly here at Howard University, is something that I know that folks would likely find very attractive. But to be clear, to bring these top scholars, those top scholars require top billing, and as was the case with Ta-Nehisi Coates and Nicole Hannah-Jones, is that we are given significant external support to support their hires and their joining our illustrious faculty here at Howard University. And so we are going to continue to request and seek out those foundations that want to support us and the educational mission that we have here, and really meeting truth and service in an excellent way to ensure that not just students are going on and being able to compete with the best and the brightest, but that our faculty here as well and our staff here as well have the upward mobility that they need to be successful in their own careers. And so, yeah, if Dr. West wants to come, tell him to come on.
I was waiting for you to say that. If he wants to come on. All right. I'm pretty sure you heard that loud and clear, so we look forward to following up with you about that. All right, so let's jump back into the whole COVID mandate. You all have a mask mandate, right? Heading into this fall, is that correct?
We have required that all students are vaccinated. And of course, at Howard Hospital, students can get vaccinated. It's so great to be part of an institution that trains the best doctors in the world, produces the #1 Black doctors in the country. And so we can go to our own hospital, and students can do so as well once they arrive here in advance of coming here to get vaccinated. And so that is required, that all students have to be vaccinated in order to take classes on campus in August. And I know the CDC just last week said that if students are vaccinated, then they may not have to wear a mask. And so that is what the CDC recommendation is. But certainly we are encouraging students to be as safe as possible. That certainly means that we're requiring vaccination, and masks are encouraged. Absolutely. Right now, masks are required. And so only reason why my mask is off is because I'm talking to you.
I was just about to ask you, Dr. Perry, where's your mask at?
Yeah, I got it, promise. See, right here.
Okay, good for you. Dr. Perry, thank you so much for joining us on this hour of BNC. It's always a pleasure, better yet, and best of luck.